Welcome, family and friends. This is My Thoughts Uncut. I am your host, Terrence Manning. Today, we're going to talk about the media. Yes, the news media is actually questioning the tactics of the Democratic Party on this whole government shutdown, especially when it comes to SNAP. We're going to take a look and see how they handle the pressure. Let's dig into it.
Really is not something that's desirable.
You can vote.
But
You can
there
vote.
is a real issue about health care.
You're always reasonable when you come on, and I've said I've said that, and you're almost conceding that you should not be shutting down the government, that the Democrats should not be doing that, and I don't think you'd ever say that extortion is the way that Republicans should get their way if they don't like the IRA or they don't like overspending or whatever it is. At any given point in time where the other party has a disagreement, this is not the way to do it. As far as Obamacare, you probably realize a lot of these premium increases are just built into Obamacare. The expiration of the pandemic subsidies is only a very small part of the increases. So that discussion has to be had about fixes to Obamacare so it doesn't keep spiraling, the costs don't keep spiraling. But you know you're not going to do that before we reopen the government. It's not going to happen. It's going to have to happen afterwards. Are you ready to vote with the Republicans to reopen the government at this point as a reasonable Democrat? Maybe others would follow you.
You know, I'm not there yet because we have had literally, Joe, no discussion whatsoever about how we're going to deal.
This man said, I'm not there yet. Meaning he's willing to let all these millions of people suffer because of this government shutdown, including SNAP, which ends November 1st, which is Saturday. So the benefits are done after tomorrow, Halloween. It's done on Saturday.
With the right way to do it, Senator? By people not getting paychecks at the TSA? This is extortion. You think this is the right way to do it?
It is extortion.
Conscience, you think it's the right way to do it? I never thought I'd say that, Andrew, that it is as a human being, he always says that. As a human being, you think this is the right thing to do? That's your line.
Well, that's why Senator Hawley on Have Our Bill to make sure that folks get the nutrition that they absolutely need is why the president is paying the troops. But there is something that we've all got to acknowledge here, okay? The administration has had an attack on health care, as we know it. The Medicaid cuts were immense. They're going to have real impacts on individuals in
This man's sweating.
state budgets and community
Jesus.
hospitals. The loss of the premium tax credits.
Oh, Peter's sweating over there.
Folks are going to drop health care. I mentioned in Vermont, it goes from like $900 for some folks a month to $3,200 a month. That's totally unsustainable.
From $900 to $3,200 a month is not because of the tax subsidies alone. The Journal points out that the tax subsidies, these extended tax cut subsidies, are only responsible for about the expiration of those are only responsible for about 3% of the increase. That's peanuts. You still have a huge problem. You still have a lot of people who aren't going to be able to afford health care.
Stumped them again. This man is sweating. He is sweating. Let's take a look at another clip from this guy.
They're open to having these discussions, but the president won't give them permission to do that.
Oh, God.
A lot of people say, where's Trump? I mean, he is over in China trying to do a trade deal that he thinks is going to benefit Americans while this is happening.
This man is blaming Trump yet again. That's all the Democrats do. Trump, Trump, Trump. They have Trump derangement syndrome. This man is out there getting deals done, getting more money back into the U.S. by getting these trade deals done, by getting companies like Toyota and other car companies to come back and build plants here in the U.S., which creates more jobs for United States citizens. So I'm not sure why they continuously talk about how Trump is doing this and Trump is doing that when he's all about Americans. He's all about the country and making it better. It's just common sense things that he's doing. And he's going above and beyond at a pace that I've never seen the president act like this before. He campaigned on all these things, and he's actually doing what he campaigned for. The nerve of him.
happening back here, it really doesn't have anything to do with him. There's a clean CR sitting on the desk of Chuck Schumer in the Senate.
Well,
right. Okay. If it was,
sure.
if you could get a 1-year extension, is that all you really want? Do you want a 10-year extension for $345 billion? What's
Well,
the 1.5? What's the 1.5 trillion, Senator? What the heck is that? And why are you? Why do you want that?
This man putting a full call press on the senator.
Point is, I'm not asking for $1.5 trillion, but you make a good point about a year extension because, as you know, these premium increases notices are going out now, and it is going to be drop dead for folks making decisions in November and
so
December.
That's what you want.
And there's no time. No, at a minimum, we've
He
got to
got
get
Peter
it
Walsh
extended
sweating
because
over
there's
there.
no
Pete
time
Dub.
for states who have to administer this to be able to make the adjustments that are required. And that's where the president could make a phone call. I get it.
He could say, we'll do
He's
it.
busy doing other stuff. He can, and that's what my Republican colleagues say. Hey,
So you're trying to put this on the president when this is your job. You want the president to do your job too? No. Get back into the office, talk to the Republicans, and get this government back up and running so all these Americans can have these benefits that they need. Now, there are some that abuse it, and that's just the case. We have to weed those out eventually, but for right now, it needs to be open. Man. All right, let's go to Fox News, see what they're saying.
And so SNAP, what is it? It's called the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, and there are no benefits after November 1st unless there's a change here. Let's just show you how many people are on assistance. Okay, we have 42 million Americans. That's 1 in 8. That might be a discussion for another time as to what we can do about that. 73% of SNAP households at or below the poverty level. Almost 80%.
1 in 8 Americans are on SNAP. That is a ridiculous amount of people. 1 in 8? Man, we got to fix this.
Households include a child, a senior, or a disabled person.
79%.
And $332. That's the average household benefit. Okay, so imagine all of a sudden on November 1st,
we got to
you
get
have one of these
SNAP open.
households, and you are not going to have that. Let's look at a map here. The percent of households receiving SNAP benefits. If you look at the dark red, that's where you have more than 30%. Someplace like Wyoming, my home
that
state,
Hawaii down
10%.
there?
That's not a lot, but it's
Yeah,
not
bottom
a highly
left,
populated
I believe that's
state.
Hawaii.
And you can look at some of these places around here and in the southeast where this is really going to take a bite out of people's budget, and they don't have a lot spare.
Yeah, I did not realize this many people were on SNAP. This many people in the United States of America will suffer because this program won't be open on Saturday. But we have to do something to have all these people on this program. 1 in 8 is a crazy amount of American citizens on SNAP. But we got to first, let's open the government, get this program running, and then let's solve for this whole enormous amount of people on SNAP.
Senator Mark Wayne Mullin is a Republican of Oklahoma. And, sir, I just learned it was 16.8% of people in Oklahoma are on SNAP benefits. So you know this personally and well, right. And I'm sure you are concerned for those people and that anxiety that builds up for them as they think about how they're going to make ends meet and feed their families. Over to you.
Dana, we have a lot of tribes, obviously, in our state, and so we have a lot of reservations. I'm Cherokee myself. When I was younger and we had 7 of us kids at home, we were on what they call commodities, which is a form of SNAP program. And it's a helping hand for a lot of these people in rural areas and reservations that may not have the same economic opportunities as some metropolitan areas. And so it is, I wouldn't say disproportionately high, but it is high throughout the state. And it's ridiculous that, as Kathleen Clark, the number 2 ranking Democrat in the House, said that they understand families are suffering, but, quote, it's their only leverage point.
You see what I mean? And this is what I'm saying. Like, so your leverage point is to have mass amount of U.S. citizens suffer. That is your leverage point. This is what I'm saying. Democrats don't care about you guys. They don't care about us. They only care about themselves and what they're getting from having illegal migrants in the U.S. This is what it's really all about. And we're going to actually look at some Dems who actually disagree with their own party when it comes to this whole holding the government hostage over this whole SNAP program and everything else.
The US government shutdown is now into its 30th day, and even the Democrats have had enough of Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries' unhinged demands that are holding the government and the American people to ransom.
Well, I think we actually, it doesn't solve the health insurance problem, the premium problem. I think what's a very fair deal and is open the government and let's just vote on extending these premiums for a year or more. Well, I don't understand what's so hard about that. And by the way, Senator Thune has offered that, I believe. He said we'll have he offered up a vote that we can actually have a vote on extending these premiums. I think when put to it, you're going to see Democrat and Republicans, senators and congressmen and women want to vote for that. Why would you not want to vote to extend help with these tax credits, get premiums down for people? People are getting hurt right now in their pocketbooks. They're really need help. So why not give them some help?
Outspoken Democrat Senator John Fetterman doubled down, urging his party to reflect, regroup, and reopen the government.
If you vote to shut our government down, you are going to harm millions of Americans. And why would you do this? Where's our leverage? It was wrong. It was wrong for the Republicans to do that. Absolutely, that's true. It is wrong for the Republicans to do that. It would just be wrong for us for those things.
He added in a tweet yesterday, most Americans would find it incredibly difficult to work for 5 weeks without a paycheck. This shutdown is a choice. Let's end this and pay our workers. A vote that shows principle over political party.
You see, so there are some, like 2, maybe 3 Democrats who are against what their own party is doing. And it doesn't make any sense to me, family, that the Democrats are saying, okay, look, this is an issue, healthcare, SNAP, all these things, and we want to solve it. And the Republicans are saying, okay, cool, let's continue this bill, and then 7-8 weeks, we'll come up with a better plan for these people. Democrats are saying, no, we want you to shut the government down, and this is our demands. That makes no sense. You're not helping anyone. You don't even have any plans other than, oh, let's give more money to illegal immigrants. How is that your counter to what has already been going on with these bills that have been passed since Biden was in office? So I'm not sure what the Democrats think they're doing, but when you have the media, CNBC, and you have CNN going against you, this is big. This is big. I think the Democratic Party is losing bad, and I don't think they're going to win the midterms. This is a big issue for them, and they don't realize how many people they're losing because they're listening to those people like AOC that's all the way left. And it's going to be the end of them because of that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like, subscribe. And for all of you that have been leaving comments and words of encouragement about my videos, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm going to continue. I'll get better. Hopefully. Now I'll get better. But thank you. Peace.